You see her coming? You see her arriving?
It's amazing how they do this every time. Please, a big hand of applause for the musicians of the Navy. Her Majesty the Queen and Mayor and Local Commissioner, welcome to the official christening of the new Sea Rangers vessel. I was born and raised in Rotterdam, right behind here. Whenever I go on holiday and people ask me, where are you from? I always say the same. I'm from the country with one of the best and newest, biggest ports of the world. And then they look at you surprised. Wow, this is great. As a citizen of Rotterdam, you always represent your port, the world port. But I have to admit, honestly, when I was younger, I didn't know so much about it, especially not about the canals and the waterways. So I'm super pleased to be here today. Several parties are here today. Stakeholders who get it. They understand how you can reach the next generation, to motivate them, and in the end also to get them moving to do something.
My
name is Paulo Lopez, and I am the chair of today's program. I'm not on my own today. I'm doing it together with Sea Ranger Service and with all of you together. We would like to show you what we will do and why we are doing it for the next generation, so that when they go on holiday, they can tell them just a little bit more than I could. Together with you, I would like to really do something beautiful. Today, there is a guest here who can tell you just a little bit more about the Sea Rangers. He's here at the front. Please, a big hand of applause for the guest of today, Wietse van der Werf. Her Majesty the Queen and Mayor of Rotterdam, Carola Schouten, and local commissioner Weverling, ladies and gentlemen, we're very pleased to welcome you here at the baptizing, the christening of the ship, the first newly built Sea Ranger ship. It's not here yet, but there will be a small vessel with a major mission, a big mission, to achieve social and sustainable impact. Her Majesty, we're very honored that you were prepared to come here today and to do the baptizing and the christening today. The Sea Rangers, it will give them the tailwind to really make a difference. These days, the newspapers are full of news about the climate crisis, wars, difficult economic times, and it's making an impression, especially on young people. They're highly concerned about the future, and rightly so. It's their future, because everything that we have achieved, the prosperity, peace and security, they're no longer so automatic and self-evident, and some young people are afraid or they don't care. But what they miss is something to do. What can they do? What can I contribute to make a difference? At the end of the 15th century, Erasmus, the thinker, said young people are the hope of the country. And if anyone has any doubts about what is possible when young people see opportunities and when they really go for it, look around you. Here they are, the new maritime generation. And today we recognize their commitment. They choose to commit themselves to something that is bigger than themselves. They put themselves at the service of the environment, and we will all benefit from it. So the success of our Dutch economy, safety, security, innovation, education in the Netherlands, it all depends on the young generation. When they feel engaged and when they feel involved, and we can help to choose for port companies, to the military, to the government. We see the Sea Rangers as young maritime ambassadors of the Netherlands. Sea Rangers, you have done it. In recent years, you've done really well. Thanks to you, our work has continued to grow bit by bit, step by step, and more support. Our impact has grown, and it's still growing. So much so that Sea Rangers is now working in 6 countries in Europe. So time and time again, as Sea Rangers, you did not only show your passion and determination, but you also did really good, excellent quality work. You made risk assessments and safety briefings, and you processed data in the right way, and you had difficult circumstances sometimes. Cold mornings, when the sun rising in the East Scheldt, and also knee-deep in the mud in the French Bay of Arcachon, or on a ship at the North Sea, right in the middle of the winter. A big hand of applause for the Sea Rangers. Thank you.
So
these young seafarers, they are equal to the professional Navy. They are trained for maritime operations. They're doing complex work, all kinds of surveillances and data processing, nature conservation, nature restoration, and climate measurements. And every company, every investor, every maritime manager that you meet as a sea ranger, they are impressed by the fact that you are driven and you are curious. And it touches people. They are affected by it in a good way, and they are inspired. We met civil servants who were very enthusiastic, and when they heard about our approach and they saw the impact, they saw that we came with a solution, pragmatic, practical, looking at what is possible, what can be done. So we visited the accountant's office and the boardroom of the port authorities, and we took to the Royal Netherlands Navy, and in those conversations, we started to explore where we as a society can come together to achieve something unique. So the diversity of conversation partners, it was unusual. Naval architects, fundraisers, carpenters, riggers, welders, and forces, law enforcers, but also social funds, coaches, and youth workers. More than 100 partners are now involved, and many of you are here today. I would also like to thank you for your continued enthusiasm and trust, in many cases for many years. This today is partly thanks to you. You made this into a success, and I hope that in the future, a big hand of applause for all the partners, for all the years that you put in. Thank you. It really made our work possible. So in the future, I hope that you stay involved. The world around us is changing quickly, and we will continue on this transition into a sustainable future, but also a future when we want to make young people more resilient, and they have a collective responsibility, and we want to offer them challenging training courses. Whether you grow up in a small village in the north of Holland or in the big metropolitan of Rotterdam, maybe you have already studied, or maybe you never finished your high school. As a sea ranger, you can get to work. You get a job, you'll be paid, you can work on meaningful projects. And in this way, this is how we want to take young people not just seriously, but also actually to offer them a job and to take them by the hand and to help them to make choices towards jobs that really matter. Meaningful jobs. Majesty the Queen, thank you for being here today. It's really special for us that you are involved, and it would really help to improve our work even more. And thank you to all the partners that are here. In the next few years, it will really help us to grow and to do even more. We will recruit more sea rangers, we will do more projects, and we will restore nature on a bigger scale. We will also do new collaborations, build new vessels, and we want to launch a new impact fund today. And in the few weeks and months and years ahead, partners around the world, we will show them that social and maritime innovation originating from the Netherlands and Rotterdam as a port city, it is not always about technological gadgets or AI. No, it's about people, how you motivate them and activate them. If we keep considering this human aspect of everything and to put young people at the helm for their own future and our future, that offers genuine hope for the world of tomorrow. Thank you.
Het wordt steeds drukker op de Noordzee.
It gets busier and busier on the North Sea. Shipping, fishery, energy islands.
We moeten ook goed zorg dragen voor de zee.
But we also need to conserve the sea.
The Sea Ranger Service is een sociale
onderneming. The Sea Ranger Service is a social enterprise. It was founded in 2016.
Jongeren opleidt voor maritieme werk.
So it's training young people for maritime work, and at the same time, take all kinds of various nature tasks. As sea rangers, we're really the foresters of the sea. It all starts with a one-week boot camp. So veterans, they test us and train us. I was selected, and after the boot camp, I was offered a full-time paid job as a Sea Ranger. It was such a great feeling that they trust you and that you matter, you make a difference. So this is how I started my maritime career.
As Sea
Rangers, we carry out all kinds of different projects, from climate measurements and research and checking data and doing climate surveying, and from recovering seagrass to monitoring protected areas at sea. So these are all kinds of tasks that we work towards for sustainable use of the North Sea. And we also gain experience as seafarers. We work for governments, universities and port authorities. And in the last 5 years, we did 20 projects for governments. 17 of those had never been done by other partners before, so we were the first that were hired to do so. Working at sea, it really touches you. You are one with nature, and you work on a mission together. My time on board of the ship, it was the most special time in my life. I grew as a person. So sailing has brought me a lot, and all the other Sea Rangers. It's an opportunity to get to know yourself better, and also to make a real impact, genuine impact. Everybody takes the next step in their career afterwards. Half of the Sea Rangers is growing into a job in the maritime sector, but also to other social work. We now work in 6 European countries, and we have more than 200 young people in our bootcamp programs. And last year, we did the first project for offshore wind development, and we will continue to grow in this in the next few years. The Sea Ranger service has the opportunity to make an even greater impact, social and sustainable impact, in the next few years. And with our new ship, investments and also new projects, we can live up to that. We can make it work, a better future for young people, for nature, and for the maritime sector in the Netherlands. Social impact is an important topic, also for the city of Rotterdam. This is why I would like to invite the next speaker. Please, the stage is for, ladies and gentlemen, Mayor Carola Schouten, Mayor of Rotterdam. Her Majesty the Queen, dear local commissioner, dear Sea Rangers and everyone who's present here, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for inviting me to be here today. Thank you that I have a moment to say a few words to you. It is a really special festive day, a day on which several initiatives come together. So the christening of a new ship, it will be central but also symbolic. This is not just a ship, not just any ship. It stands for a sustainable promise for the people and the planet. And this is why, from the bottom of the ship to the top of the mast, it is full of enthusiasm, hope and dreams, this ship. It's not just at the service of a healthy sea, an ocean, but also for a beautiful future for the crew. Today we can be a witness of this christening, and we have the beautiful city of Rotterdam as a decor. So it's great that it's so windy. It's really a good, beautiful day for me as the mayor of Rotterdam. In 2018, I was then a minister. I signed a Green Deal, which helped the Sea Rangers to go ahead with their plans. It is wonderful to see that their good work has taken such a flight, so much so that you, the Majesty the Queen, is here to baptize the new ship. So it is really a beautiful day. But it's also so beautiful, the day is beautiful, but also the goal of the Sea Rangers is beautiful. It is intertwining and linking two missions. One mission is to protect our seas, to recover and restore nature. And the second one is to give young people a beautiful future in the maritime sector. We see many beautiful things coming together: trust, self-confidence, perspective, a grip on your own life, taking control, but also improving nature and improving sea life. And don't forget the team spirit. Keeping a ship on the right track, you never do it alone. You have to trust the alertness and the skills of your fellow crew. The Sea Rangers offers all of this. Not just training and work, but a total experience for young people who want to work and do their best for a healthy world and healthy planet. We're better than at sea. It's a terrain, a ship is a terrain where you always need to stick together and you trust each other. And it's a beautiful new ship and you will make friendships for life. And you will be uniform to keep the sea healthy. It's a really pioneering project. Pioneering, that is what the Sea Rangers are used to. You can only be successful as a pioneer if you can trust the people around you blindly. People who understand what is at stake and be just as focused and motivated as you. They anticipate, they think ahead, not just for themselves, but actually for others. This way of working together and surviving together, this is the foundation of the Sea Rangers. It's a beautiful foundation to develop talents, and it won't just help the individual crew members, but also the entire society we live in. So, working together and improving together, society will be better, more beautiful and healthier every day. It's for human beings, for people, for animals, for now and for future generations. They deserve a good climate with healthy seas, full of sea life and healthy animals. Where else than in Rotterdam can this wonderful promise be baptized? Because Rotterdam is really working hard on clean, circular and opportunities for young talent who know how to work hard. So we have our port of Rotterdam. It is the archway to the hinterland and also to across the ocean. Rotterdam is one lab, huge big lab to make the maritime sector future-proof. It is also a moment that brings together many aspects. Dear ladies and gentlemen, I would like to wish the Sea Rangers a beautiful, dynamic future. You are pioneers. You are doing good work for the world, but also for yourself. Be proud of this, and rightly so. And please make sure that you know that your work is a source of inspiration for many, for me, for many people here, and for everyone far outside and beyond. Please stay safe on the seas and make an impact. And don't forget to enjoy it. Because being a Sea Ranger is not just important, it is also enriching your own life. Thank you.
Dank u wel, burgemeester.
Thank you, Mayor Schouten.
Door al die verhalen ben ik een klein beetje
all these
nieuwsgierig
stories, I've
geworden. En ik denk
become
jullie
quite
allemaal.
curious, and I think
Dus
all
het
of
is
you are.
tijd voor een
So
korte panel.
let's have a
Waar we
brief
eigenlijk de diepte
panel
ingaan.
discussion
Waar we
to
gaan
go
focussen
in
op
depth.
context
We're going to
en
focus
sociale
on the
impact.
context
En
and the
hiervoor
social
wil ik
impact.
4
And I'd like to
mensen naar voren.
bring 4 people to the stage.
Dames en heren, mag ik een applaus
Ladies and
voor
gentlemen, give a round of applause for the Harbour Master, Nedervries, Commander of the Royal Navy, Caroline van den Bergen, entrepreneur Harry Wright, and CEO's Sea Rangers Service, Wietse van der Werf.
Wil ik jullie vragen om hier naast me te
Could you
komen staan? Ja,
please stand right here next to me?
I do. Ik wil beginnen met...
I'd like to start.
We zijn hier, zoals net al werd aangegeven, Rotterdam als
pointed out,
Rotterdamse
we're
haven.
Rotterdam, the port of Rotterdam.
Als ik aan de Sea Rangers denk...
When I think of the Sea Rangers, I'm just very curious to know
interessant voor de haven.
what is so interesting about it for the port. Why Do you have this cooperation? Well, you can see the main office of the port here. We work in Rotterdam South. We are connected to Rotterdam South. A lot of the young people in Rotterdam South can use that help, that little push. And Sea Rangers does that in so many aspects. It would be great if all these young people, after spending a year with the Sea Rangers, can just continue into a maritime job. But also these other sectors, it would be fantastic, and that's why we are so closely connected with the Sea Rangers. Well, that would be a great development indeed. Nature retention, social impact, those are not words that immediately make me think about the Navy. So what is the value for of the Sea Rangers for the Navy? Well, it's the involvement and the societal involvement, also the safety, whether it's environment for us all, but also the seas. And we share these values, the freedom of the seas. A lot of the trade happens across the seas, and we protect that in a different way. And I think the Sea Rangers, simply by having that interest, they have that involvement in the safety in whatever way possible. And they also have that love for the Navy, and being able to combine that, that's a perfect combination for all of us. Looking at the current state of affairs in the world, I think it's quite difficult to motivate the young people to take that step forward. How do you feel about that? I don't think so. I think young people more than ever, and the Sea Rangers are the evidence of this, they are looking for involvement. They want to make an impact. And this aligns perfectly with the goal of the Sea Rangers, the purpose, but also the purpose of the Royal Navy. So I do see that it appeals young people. They are interested in a job that allows them to have an impact. So I am not quite concerned about that. Well, that's great to hear. That's the most important aspect, that intrinsic motivation to take a step forward and step by step to make a difference. Does this occur in the port sector as well? Yes, definitely. It certainly has an added value. We do inspections in terms of water quality, but also recreational sailing that passes by here. Sometimes we really need extra help there. But also in the port area in general, so there are definitely opportunities for the Sea Rangers. Well, it's good to hear. Wietse, I'll go to you now. What's so special is that you have such a special, unique way of approaching the young people. Can you tell us more about that approach? Because I think it's mainly about taking these young people seriously, giving them a responsibility. If you have any concerns, we address it immediately. And so we look at how we can specifically do something about that. So that awareness is important, making their voice heard, but also giving them a job, career perspective, and activating them. And it's so much more than that. So it's taking them seriously and taking these actual steps forward. Well, we're here for a reason. We have very special partners, unique partners. How did this came to be? What is the reason that all these parents said, yes, the Sea Ranger service, that's what we're going to support? Well, that was not an easy job. And it takes time. There were all kinds of ideas and ambitions, and in the end, we pushed through. We kept repeating why we feel this approach is going to really work, and we had to earn our accolades. Working at sea is challenging, and it can be truly dangerous. So if you bring young people onto the sea in a good way, we really received the opportunity to do that. People wanted us to do it, and we've shown what we can do, and it turned out so well that now we're getting more assignments, and it's expanding. So I'm very proud today that everything is brought together like this. Let's give a round of applause for that.
We gaan zo tekenen.
In a minute we're going to sign. There's an iPad here, and we're going to sign it officially. You can all watch along.
Zometeen zien we op het scherm
On the screen in a minute,
een afbeelding. Als
we'll
het goed
see
is, kan
an
je hem
image.
alvast
I
klaarzetten.
think you can already set that up, and I'd like to ask you
daarachter te staan.
to
En
go
dan
and stand
krijgen jullie instructies
right
hoe
there,
we gaan
and you'll
tekenen.
receive
En dit
instructions
gaat
on
juist
how we're
over
going
die
to sign.
samenwerking.
And this
Dus
is all about
meerjaren
this cooperation,
samenwerking tussen de
multi-annual
verschillende
cooperation
partijen.
between
We
the
gaan
various
beginnen
parties.
Met, even kijken
Let's
wat is
see.
met de Port
We'll
of
start with
Rotterdam.
the Port
Daar
of
gaan we mee beginnen,
Rotterdam.
met het havenbedrijf. En dan ga ik even kijken of we contact...
And
Ja,
let's
iedereen ziet
see.
het. En als het
Yes,
goed
everybody
is,
can see.
kunt u een
And so
handtekening
now you
plaatsen.
should be able to sign.
In het vakje, ja.
In the rectangle, please.
Nou, goed geluk toch?
Now that's perfect.
Zelfde vraag aan jou.
Same for you.
Kijk.
There we go.
Ja, dat is best moeilijk erop, maar
It's not quite that
lijkt
easy,
erop.
but
Dan gaan we door
it's
naar
fine.
de volgende. Zou jij de
let's go to
volgende
the
plaatje
next
erbij
one.
willen halen?
Next one.
En ik wil u precies hetzelfde vragen. We
And
kunnen
I'm going to
allemaal
ask you to
meekijken.
do the same thing. We'll all be able
het
to
is.
see it, hopefully. There we go.
Kijk, een klein beetje uit het vakje, dat maakt niet
That's a
uit.
bit
Maar u krijgt
outside,
ook
but
uw
that's
applaus.
fine. You will get a round
hetzelfde
of
geldt
applause as
hiervoor.
well. And then Mr. Van der Werf as well, again.
Prachtig om te zien.
It's
Om
great to
dit te
see
zien.
this
Een meerjaren samen. Hoe trots
multi-annual
ben jij op dit
cooperation.
moment?
How proud are you right now? This is fantastic. I think in the Netherlands this is where it's possible, in Rotterdam, to have these cooperations, to look pragmatically what are the possibilities. That's something we can do in the Netherlands. We can take these steps, and that's what the world needs.
Meer van dit soort initiatieven nodig.
We need
En
more
daar zijn we het allemaal
of
mee
these
eens.
kinds
Mag
of
nog één keer
initiatives. We
applaus.
all agree to that. Let's give another round of applause.
Ik kan me heel goed voorstellen dat jullie denken
well
van,
imagine
hey,
that
maar
you're now
Harry
thinking,
Wright
but
staat
wait,
hiernaast.
Harry
Maar
Wright
we
is
hebben
still
vandaag
here.
vertaling.
Well,
Dus
we have
alles wordt,
translators
heel
today,
goed
so
vertaald. But
everything
I'll
is being
switch
translated
to
perfectly,
English to
but
you,
I'll switch to
just for,
English
anyway.
for
the act of
and you
it.
can now listen to the
I'm
original.
very keen to bring you into this conversation, and I understand you've been working with Wietse for a number of years. When and how does this start?
Yes, that's correct. First of all, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here, and Your Majesty and everyone. It's a real pleasure to be here. So my background is I'm actually a lawyer, and I was a social enterprise lawyer working at Hogan Lovells about 6 years ago. And Wietse was one of my clients. So I first met Wietse when I was providing legal advice to social enterprises. And I was exceptionally impressed and inspired by all the incredible work that Wietse and the team have been doing. And we became very good friends. About 4 years ago, I launched my own social enterprise, which is called Brighttide, and we support entrepreneurs developing solutions around climate change and for the ocean and the blue economy. And Wietse and I have been working very closely ever since, really, on a wide range of projects, including the project we're working on with Nestlé Purina Pet Care. But also last year at the House of Lords, we worked together on unveiling one of the ships that they're working on in the Celtic Deep. So we've been very close and a huge supporter of the incredible work that he's doing all around Europe.
I can tell. And after all these years, what has most impressed you?
I sometimes think Wietse is not human, just the way how many things he does and how many projects that he's involved in. I think his determination, dedication, and how he's able to inspire and working with the Sea Rangers and seeing all of them and seeing the impact of the work that especially in the UK where, big coastal area, a lot of work around offshore wind and monitoring, but being there and actually meeting the Sea Rangers that are working in Port Talbot and seeing the impact that it's had on them and their confidence, that's been really inspiring. But also around just really how Wietse has been able to grow his social enterprise and the delivery model that he has and how he's been able to scale with the social impact and the work he's doing. It's been really inspiring.
You're preparing for a new investment fund for the Sea Ranger service. What is this fund? What does it stand for?
That's correct, yes. I think any questions, Wietse will be the person to answer. But essentially the Ranger Impact Fund that we're going to launch today is really there to help scale the delivery of the work that the Sea Ranger service is doing. and to enable growth and to continue the impact that we're having all across Europe and hopefully all across the world as well. And it's a very unique way to really look at growing a social finance and growing social entrepreneurship. So it's very exciting, and it's a real pleasure to be part of it.
It is very exciting. And Wietse, you've been working for a while with the United Kingdom, and you are closing a gap between the two countries, of course. Is it correct what he said? What is the most important thing about this fund?
So the fund will enable us to essentially take the next steps from here, and concretely, that means building ship number 3, 4, and 5. It means training more sea rangers, and it means we can work in more countries. So it really means it boosts our efforts. And it's an investment fund, so I think that's important to note. It's not subsidy or donation. It's an investment that really allows us to get to a much bigger scale and have 3 or 4 times as many sea rangers here in a few years' time.
Exactly. Then we have a bigger space, 600 people, more boats, bigger and better. That's the thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't say better, and maybe that's also to emphasize, this isn't about we just want to get bigger and bigger. It's also about quality, about ultimately making the right change happen for individual sea rangers. And I'm so proud also of the fact that almost all of the former sea rangers, even if they haven't been involved with us for a few years, still come today. They're still here. So that commitment, I think, I feel very humbled by that.
Sea rangers for life.
And we'll never get rid of them anymore. No.
I want to invite you to this side of the stage because we're going to announce, and we're going to ask the audience to help us with announcing. We're going to do a countdown. So it means that we're going to count from 5 to 1, and then we'll see on the screen the official opening of this fund. So, everybody, are you ready? We're going to count. Is the video ready? Yes. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And a round of applause. Congratulations. And I want to thank you all for joining me on this stage, of course. Can I have a round of applause for these amazing people and for what they're doing for our country, for the city, and for everything. You're welcome. As you can see, I have an in-ear. That means I have live contact with the sea rangers on the ship. That means...
Oh wait, I can speak Dutch. Apologies. I have an in-ear, which means I have live contact with the ship. If you all look to the right, you will all see beautiful ship appear. It should be coming our way now. I think it would be great to have some music in the background as well.
Ik heb nu live contact met het schip. En zo meteen wil ik
I have live contact with the ship.
Onderheen gaat, wil ik allemaal een hartelijk
As it
applaus.
comes by, I would like you to give a round of applause for the fantastic ship that is coming our way now.
Het is bijna zover.
It's almost
Een
here.
prachtig beeld.
What a great view.
Ja, dit is mooi.
Yeah, this is really nice.
Daar is hij dan.
There it
Moment
is.
waar we
This
allemaal
is the
gewacht
moment we've all been waiting
Allemaal.
for.
Het nieuwe
All
schip
of us, the new
van de
ship
Sea Ranger
of
Service.
the Sea
Mag
Ranger
ik een applaus?
service. Can I
We
get a
zien hem
round
daar
of
staan.
applause? It's right there.
Oh, wat prachtig.
It is beautiful.
Ik ben Wick Becker en ik ben
My name is
projectmanager
Wick
voor de
Becker.
bouw
I
van
am the
het nieuwe
shipbuilder
Sea
lead
Ranger
of this
Service.
new Sea
Ik
Ranger
ben
vessel.
Gerard
I'm Gerard
Dijkstra en
I
ik
am a
ben
designer
ontwerper van
of
zeiljachten
sailing
en
vessels
zeilschepen.
and
Mijn naam is
yachts.
Arjen Boele.
My name is Arjen Boele and I'm a ship's
Ja, het schip
carpenter.
is eigenlijk bijzonder
The ship is
vanuit
special
twee
for two
oogpunten bekeken.
reasons.
Aan de eerste kant was het al
Firstly,
een bijzonder ontwerp.
it was always a
Het was
unique
ontworpen om
design,
snel de wereld
initially
rond
to
te kunnen
cruise around
zeilen.
the world
En
quickly.
daarnaast is het ontwerp
And
aangepast
for,
om het
it
werk
was
op de
adjusted
Noordzee,
for the
het
offshore
onderzoek
work
en ook het
at
trainen
the
van jonge
North
bemanning
Sea
aan
and
boord
to train
uit te
young
kunnen voeren.
professionals
Maar wat
on board.
het echt bijzonder maakt
But what
is
makes it
het feit dat
particularly
het een
special
heel efficiënt
is that it's a very
zeilschip is.
efficient
Het is een romp die
sailing
heel
vessel.
weinig energie nodig heeft
Hull requires
om zich door
little
het water
energy
te
to move
bewegen.
through the
Daarom
water,
is er
so
ook heel weinig brandstof
it needs
nodig
only little
om de
fuel
motor te
to get the
gebruiken.
engine
Maar
running.
het meest bijzondere is natuurlijk dat het een heel
Primarily,
efficiënt zeilplan
it's
heeft.
a very
Waardoor de
efficient
motor, als
sailing
het
set
goed is, nauwelijks
Which means the
gebruikt hoeft te
engine
worden.
really
En
hardly
dat
ever
maakt
needs to be
de impact
used,
op de
which
omgeving van het schip minimaal.
means it has a
Daarnaast is
minimal
het
impact on the
interieur heel
environment.
eenvoudig
The
gehouden.
interior
Dat
is
echt
very simple,
minimalistisch.
minimalistic,
En hetzelfde ontwerpprincipe
and
is
it has
ook
the same
gebruikt
design
voor de
principle
systemen
that was
die
used for
het
the installations. The
KISS-principe
KISS
aanhangen.
principle
Keep
was
it
maintained
simple.
there. Keep
Hebben
it
alle
simple.
techniek en alle installaties, apparatuur
All
zelf
the
verzorgd.
electrics
En het grote
installations
voordeel
were
daarvan is
sourced by
dat je de
ourselves,
regie
and
in
the
eigen
main
handen hebt, dat
benefit
je
of
ontzettend
this
veel
is that
leert.
we can direct the
Wat weer
process
van pas kan
ourselves,
komen
learn a
met een
lot,
wereldschip gaan bouwen.
and
Wij hebben
that is
heel
useful
de
if
afbouw
we
verzorgd.
build
Van
another
het
ship.
timmerwerk, elektrisch en
In terms of
en de
carpentry,
techniek,
electrics,
nieuwe motor
installations,
geplaatst, de
we did
bedden
a lot of
tot de
work. We
koelkast,
placed
alles
engine
hebben wij
beds,
in de
fridge,
boot,
all of it
mogen
we
verzorgen.
We hebben
constructed
tijdens de bouw van dit
for
schip
this ship.
natuurlijk gewerkt met
During the
onderaannemers.
construction, we worked with many
Daarnaast hebben we een heel aantal
contractors,
partners gevonden
subcontractors. We found a lot
die
of
de missie van
partners
de Sea Ranger
that
Service
also
ondersteunen.
supported the Sea
En die met
Ranger
ontzettend veel
mission.
enthousiasme
All of this
bijgedragen
contributed
hebben aan de bouw van dit
with
schip.
great
Kijk, het
enthusiasm to creating this ship.
belangrijkste aspect is
The most
natuurlijk de
important aspect
brandstofbesparing. Hè?
is
Je
the
hebt
fuel
vele
saving.
zeilsystemen,
There are many
van
sailing
Flettner rotors
systems,
die een 10%
Flettner rotors that
brandstofbesparing
save about
opleveren
10%
tot volledige
fuel,
tuigages
and
zoals
full
de Sea
sailing
Ranger
systems
heeft,
like
dan haal je
Sea
een
Ranger
brandstofbesparing
ship.
van 90%.
We get
En dat is
90% fuel
natuurlijk
cut,
wel
which
een
is
ontwikkeling waar we met z'n allen
a
naartoe
development
moeten.
that
Het is
all
natuurlijk
of us
een
will have to
werkschip,
make.
maar het is een zeilend
It's a working
werkschip.
vessel, but
Met
it's
hele
also a
goede
sailing
zeileigenschappen.
vessel,
Waardoor je onder veel
has really
omstandigheden een mooie
sailing
vrijsnelheid kan halen van 8 tot 9
characteristics.
knopen.
And in
En
many
dat
conditions
samen
we can
met een
reach
groot pakket aan
great
lithiumbatterijen kan het schip
This
zo
together
2
with a
weken
big battery
onafgebroken
pack
op zee
means
zijn.
that
Wat ik gezien heb
the
de
ship can
afgelopen
stay out on
jaren
the sea
is,
for 2
is
weeks
dat
without
de
interruption.
organisatie, toen ik mee in contact
What
kwam,
I've seen
nog heel
these
pril
past
en klein
years,
was.
when
Maar
I first got in
grote
touch with the
plannen en
organization, was
ideeën,
still
dat ik dat
quite
in de loop van de tijd
small.
heb zien groeien. En wat
But they
geresulteerd
had
heeft
big
in een
ideas,
schip
and
dat nu
throughout
de
the
Noordzee
years
gaat
they
bevaren.
grew
Ik vind het schip
and
echt heel
created
goed
a
varen. Ik
ship
ben
that
een
is
echte
going to be
zeiler.
sailing the
En
North
ik ben
Sea.
verrast hoe het vaart.
I'm an experienced sailor and I'm
hebben
very
hier al
surprised
een heel
how
aantal
well
proefvaarten
this ship
gemaakt.
sails.
En
We've
dat
done
gaat echt
quite a few of trials
Ik zie dit echt als
and
een-
it's a
als een
fantastic
start
experience.
van een
This
kleine
to me is the
vloot
start
van
of a
zeilende
small fleet
onderzoeksvaartuigen
of
die
sailing
de maritieme,
research vessels
ecologie,
that can keep
in
an
de
eye
gaten
out
kunnen
for
houden.
the marine
Wat de Sea Rangers
environment.
mee zou willen geven
I
is
would like to
geniet van
remind
het
the new
varen op het
Sea
schip.
Rangers
Het is een
that they
leerschip.
should
Heel veel Sea
enjoy
Rangers hebben nog
sailing
nooit
this ship.
gezeild of zijn op zee
Many
geweest.
of them have
Maar er is
never
ontzettend
been
veel te
at
leren.
sea
En ik
yet.
hoop dat ze er ook
There's
heel
so
erg van
much to
genieten.
learn and I hope they will enjoy this.
We hebben samen met de Sea Rangers besloten het schip te
Together with
vernoemen naar
the Sea
Janet
Rangers,
Taylor.
we
Een
decided
indrukwekkend
to
wiskundige,
name the ship
schrijver,
after
lerares
Janet Taylor,
en
who's a
wetenschapper,
writer,
die in de 19e eeuw de
mathematician,
methodes voor
scientist, and
zeenavigatie
in the 19th
heeft verbeterd.
century she
Zij heeft
improved
ervoor
the methods
gezorgd
for sea
dat
navigation.
zeetochten
It was
steeds veiliger
her
werden.
who made sure
Om hier iets
that
dieper op in te
sailing
gaan,
at sea
schakelen
became
we over
ever
naar
safer.
Sydney, Australië.
Delve little deeper into this, we're going to Sydney,
and my
Australia.
profession is a professor of mathematics and statistics at Macquarie University.
My name is Rosalind Croucher, and I am a professor of law and legal history.
Janet Taylor was my great aunt. And to be frank, I'd never heard of her when I first discovered her. But the more I found out about her, the more impressed I was with her wonderful achievements in making the seas safer for everybody, not just men and women, but for everybody and future generations. That's her legacy, I think we could say.
She was working on so many things at once. She was working on her school, the instruction that she was giving to all of the young men and the seafarers that came to her. She was running a business. So she had a big factory which was producing instruments. She had her head full of writing. So she was doing many, many things. Oh, and she had 8 children to worry about as well. Shouldn't forget that.
I was absolutely thrilled that Janet's being recognised even after all of these years. She didn't get recognition in her own country, something that really cut her to the quick. But all of these years later, to know that she is recognised, I think it's just terrific. And she's such an inspirational person. This is a very well-deserved honour and I'm very proud of her.
Om u nog verder een kijkje te geven in het bijzondere leven van Janet Taylor, zult u vandaag alle een exemplaar van haar biografie ontvangen bij de uitgang.
In recognition of the contributions of Janet Taylor, you will all receive a copy of her biography. For now, I would like to wish the crew of the vessel fantastic sailing times on the ship.
Wat ziet er toch prachtig uit.
It looks fantastic.
Taylor.
Janet
Mag nog
Taylor.
één keer een applaus voor het prachtige schip.
One more round of applause for this beautiful, gorgeous ship.
En ik wil ook 3 bijzondere mensen naar voren roepen.
I would like to invite 3 special people to the front. These are the 3 sea rangers who have done wonderful things. They're here. A big round of applause for Roy, Lisa and Cherry.
Kom er maar bij.
Please come to the front.
Hi.
I'm Paulo.
Kom bij. Ik ga tussen jullie staan, dat is net wat makkelijker.
I will stand in between you, it's easier to speak.
Hoe voelt dit voor jullie?
How does it feel for you to be here in front of all these people? How does it feel this moment? It's a really special moment. I'm really pleased that I can be here. I will start with you. So I did some research into you, and what I understand is it was not always easy for you. At home you did not have a financial stable home situation. You used to work in the construction world. How did you first hear about the Sea Rangers? I was at home, and municipality said, we have something for you. Would you like to go to Sea Rangers? Yeah, sure. So we can take a look.
Makkelijk kan het zijn natuurlijk. Je wordt gebeld en ze zeggen,
you were phoned by the municipality and you went to have a look. If you come from a different world, I'm not sure. I have to get used to it. I heard about the boot camp. I would rather stay on the couch and eat some crisps. No, for sure. I had to do something, make something of my life. How were the first days at sea? Good, fun? Yeah, I felt very welcome. Was it the supervisors, your team? No, all the people. They're so open. They want to listen to you. They understand you. They hear you. Is there a big difference between this world and the other world? What is the main difference? Well, yes, I think it is a sense of belonging together, the uniformity, the unity. You became a Sea Ranger, but you also made a career in the port sector. You became a steering man. Yeah, I'm working on the interior ships. So you're also training to be a captain on a ship. Please, a hand of applause for this.
Wat hoop je? Waar kunnen we jou
What do you hope? Where can we see you in 5 years' time as a captain of a ship sailing on the rivers? Doing the inland navigation, it has really changed your life completely, right? You're a family man, you like your friends. What I understand is at birthday parties, I heard a story that Wietse told me. Can you tell me about you and birthday parties? I heard a rumor. He whispered something. What's special is that before you went to birthday parties, and now you actually bring a present to people. That story. Yeah. Just imagine I didn't whisper this in your ear. So you have special connection to family and relatives? I can buy presents for people, and I worked hard for this, and this makes me proud. This is really special to me. A big hand of applause for Roy and his story. Anneliese, your roots are not in the Netherlands, they're in Switzerland, the United Kingdom. And what I think is really special about your story is that you speak Dutch, but you thought, well, I will register, and it turns out that you learned Dutch very quickly. Yeah. Can you tell me more about this? Yeah. I thought I don't want to wait for 1 year before the project goes to the UK. I'm living in the Netherlands, so I will do the bootcamp. It's a great place to learn Dutch, so that's what I did. That's how easy life can be. My French teacher did not agree about this. It took me 4 or 5 years to speak a few words, but for you it was very smooth. I guess there was a motivation behind it. Where did the motivation come from? Yeah, it's a good question. I think for me it was I want to be outside every day. I saw this job as Sea Ranger. I thought this would be great to be outside and to make an impact on the world, and what you do contributes. I hear being outside every day, making an impact. It's about nature conservation. Why is it so important for you? Well, I think it should be very important to everyone, nature conservation. To me, it's important. I grew up near the sea, also in France. That was another country in this story. And every year I could see the sea was doing worse. It was getting worse, and I want to do something. Can you give me an example of something you do? Yeah, that is also a question. I want to do something, but what? So many young people, they want to contribute and give their time and energy, but they don't know what for what. So for me, it was restoring seagrass. It was a project at the Sea Ranger Service. So every day I'm in the mud and I'm transplanting the seagrass. Did you learn it within 2 months? It sounds a bit difficult. Yeah, you learn it really quickly. So we have the Dutch Sea Rangers this year. We can ask them about it. They also learned how to transplant the seagrass within a week. You can learn it quickly. Thank you. And Thierry, I will come to you. So I heard that you are an adventurer. A boot camp, yeah, let's do it. Going out onto the ocean and onto the North Sea. Yeah, let me do it. How did you hear about the Sea Rangers? I think someone sent a link to my mom, and my mom sent it to me, and I was in an early life crisis. I had experience with sailing in the sea, and actually it came at the right time, and it was great. When I read about it, I thought, yeah, I will try this. I will give it a chance. It starts with your mom, and then you hear that you have to go, you read about it, and then your first day, the boot camp. What was it like? I thought it was cool. Very exhausting, but I prepared myself as well as I could. And the entire image I had about the boot camp, actually, it was a little bit more nuanced, a bit different, but it was more valuable than I thought. What is the best thing you did as a Sea Ranger? Well, I cleaned many dirty buckets. I fed many fish. But the coolest thing was the connection that you get with your colleagues and the relationship that you build. You are living together, so they feel like housemates. When you look at all the people in the red uniforms, in the red jackets, I know them. And if you don't know them, then you feel connected already because you are similar people. I think that is the coolest thing about the Sea Rangers. You have the same DNA, maybe that's a nice formulation, yeah? You also want to go into the military. I know a few people here. They know more about the Dutch defense. What is your next step? Well, I'm still applying for being an officer on the sea, and I've been in this project for a long time. I focus on retraining, and next week I will have psychological investigation, a survey, and then finally I will have finished all the steps, and then I hope that I can join the Dutch Army. And what is your experience? How did Sea Rangers help you in this project, in this trajectory? What started with the boot camp? It was given by people who used to work in military, so veterans. So the first week of Sea Rangers was already for me that I got the idea that I flicked the switch and I thought I have to look into my opportunities. And now it's 4 years later, so I will make sure that I will succeed. A round of applause for Cherry.
Ik heb nog één laatste vraag.
I have one last question I would like to ask you, Lisa. If I say Sea Ranger and I had never heard about it, what do you say? That's a good question. People with a love for nature, people with a love for each other, and they want to make an impact on the world. Wonderful description. Thank you.
Sea Rangers.
Thank you, Roy, Lisa, and Cherry. Can you please sit down again? Thanks. Or stand there. They are Sea Rangers, but actually they are heroes. Secretly, I think they're heroes. Some more applause, please. They're doing such a great job. I would like to take you on a journey, actually transport you back to the 19th century. You've heard the name Janet Taylor, who the ship is named after. What is a more beautiful way to take them back into time than by music? I would like to take you back to the time when Janet Taylor was doing her work. So I would like to propose celebrated all over the world, holder of the custodian of the Romanian Crown Medal. In the order of the night, it's Alexandra Drescu. She will play the piano for you.
Wow. Amazing, amazing. All the way from London. Nog één keer een applaus. Geweldig gedaan. We zijn aangekomen bij het official moment.
We've now come to arrive at the official moment. Her Majesty the Queen, Máxima, and Wietse, can you please stand up?
We gaan namelijk naar het official moment.
We will go to the official moment. We're going to christen the ship. I would like to ask you to walk over to the ship.
Ik wil iedereen vragen om ook op te staan, zodat jullie allemaal mee kunnen kijken.
I would like everyone to stand up so you can all see this wonderful moment.
Ik doop u.
I would like to baptize you as Janet Taylor. I wish you and your crew a safe journey. Ladies and gentlemen, the Queen will now talk to a few sea rangers, and she will do so in the tent at the back, and she has the opportunity to see the ship from close by and to meet the crew and to meet the sea rangers. I would like to thank you. I'm Paula Locus. If you've been invited to the Sea Rangers team reception, you can go to the exit. It's 2 buildings in the food. It's in the food halls. So thank you for this wonderful day. And my name is Paula Lopez, and I would like to wish you a wonderful day. Thank you.